If you're new to using a program like Blender or any 3D application, it's always the little small things that are frustrating that can seem to trip you up. Somebody just asked me how to invert something that has a bitmap applied to it and have the bitmap also correctly match. Because if you do what I'm about to do, where I'm going to come in, press the Tab key, and I'm going to press the A key to select all the polygons, and then the S key, and then I'm going to start scaling, but I only want to scale along the X direction. I'm going to type -1 to invert that. Let's say that I want to have this tag-shaped object be facing right and not left, but now our bitmap is inverted. So what you have to do is you have to come over to the UV editing mode, and you're going to note that I'm still in edit mode over here, and we have these polygons selected, but they're not selected over in the UV editor. So let me just show you something really quick. If I deselect by clicking outside of the object over here in the 3D view, you notice you don't see any polygons show up in the UV editor. Blender has two basic editing modes within the UV editor, and this can be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to come back over here into the 3D view, press the A key, then I see the UVs, which are still in the original position that they were before I mirrored it. Now I come over here into the UV editor, press the A key to select those, then I press the S key here, begin scaling, tap X to only scale along the U direction, and then -1, and now we get the UVs inverted to match the 3D geometry. Click, and that solves our problem. One thing to note, as I said, Blender has two UV editing modes that can be a little bit confusing. If I come over here and deselect these polygons, again, the UV polygons disappear. This is because Blender says, well, maybe you only want to edit polygons that you have selected over in the 3D editor, and that may or may not be the case. If you come over here and click this little double arrow, it's a UV sync selection. And then you'll notice that we have the UVs available to edit, even if we don't have the polygons selected over here. And then we're able to select and edit. And this has to do with the way it handles edge handling and UV island matching, which we're not going to go over right here. But I just wanted to show you that because this could be confusing. So that is basically the process for inverting polygons to match if you happen to invert 3D geometry.